like Marge Simpson or Cookie Monster or something, so that was cool. So I figured out the other day that I have exactly two things that I do better than most people. One of which, actually neither of which are of any use to anybody, but one of them is I have an encyclopedic knowledge of The Simpsons, and another is that I do a pretty killer bicycle horn impression, and I figured it's not really that useful, but then I started thinking and I was like, well, if I'm ever like with somebody and we're like biking somewhere and their like bell's broken and need to pass on the left, I could just be like, and then just like go around them. I guess it would be kind of funny too if I just like grabbed my boob and I was like it would just be, people would like that, I guess. It's one of the things cool about being a chick is I can just stand up in front of a room full of people and just grab myself and like no one calls the cops. Like, it's pretty cool. It's actually kind of funny. The other day I was on the bus and I realized that my fly was down. And I was like, shit. How do I like rectify this without it looking like I'm like getting down on myself? And then I realized like no one would care about that. I mean, that's the cool part of being a chick. I can just be like, and no one cares. Like everyone's like, that's cool. Like it's pretty cool. It's just doing that thing over there. People throwing quarters at me. The busker's like sitting there with his open guitar case, like, I should have done that. That's a good idea. Another cool thing about being a girl is you benefit from low expectations. And like for instance, like I can drink like anything. Like a guy, if he orders like a Coco Loco Tiki Freaky rum punch and like a pink elephant with like sparkly umbrellas coming out of it, people are like, dude, what are you doing? And if I did that, people are like, oh, that's cool, where'd you get that? Oh, that's great. Or if like I drink like a beer, people are like, oh shit, that girl's drinking a hop slam, she knows what's up, like people really think it's cool, like whatever I drink, I'm awesome, it's pretty fantastic. And another thing is like, most of those drinks are paid for. Like I don't really, as a girl, I don't really have to worry about that. I actually didn't know that that most shots they cost money until I was 31 years old. I thought they were I just thought they were like this like a little amuse-bouche palate cleanser that you got because you just paid like $15 for a Cosmo and like it's like, oh shit, this is cool. Another thing that I love being a girl is you can eat a metric ass load of food and it simultaneously impresses and terrifies the shit out of people. Like, I don't know if you've ever been to those diners where like Guy Fieri's face is like spray painted on the wall. Side note, Guy Fieri gets a lot of hate. Like that dude, he's just trying to make blue class people buy mediocre food, mediocre people are just, he gets way too much vitriol. He's like, if Olive Garden was a place or a person, like that's what Big Guy Fieri would be. But anyway, so like if you've ever been to one of those diners, they sometimes have like these stacks, like these pancakes that come in stacks of 5 and they're like the size of laser discs. One time I ordered one when I was out in Monterey, California, and the server was like, oh, honey, no, these are, I think you're just gonna want one. And I was like, oh, no, sweetie, no, I'm not from here, I'm from the Midwest. Like, we chop firewood out there, they make us brawny, like, it's fine, this is pre-lunch, this is fine, it's not a big deal to me. I've actually always been from the Midwest, but I've only lived in Cleveland for about the last 10 years. I was originally from Belleville, Ohio, which is about an hour south of here, and even though I'm not really from Cleveland, we grew up watching a lot of Cleveland TV just being an hour south of here. So like, I watched the Browns, Big Chuck and Little John. My brother and I love to do like the little laugh, like, we loved Dick Goddard, he was our weatherman. So, I feel really protective of Cleveland as my city, even though I didn't officially grow up here. And so it always kind of annoys me when I hear people talking shit, because I was actually at a party a couple weeks ago and there's this girl visiting from New York and she said something to the effect of, oh, I told my friends that I was going to Niagara Falls because I was really ashamed to say that I was going to Cleveland. And like, what cracks me up is the same people who always talk shit about Cleveland the one anecdote that they love to tell, or the one anecdote that they always like bring up is like, the river caught fire! Timely reference, guys. It happened 50 years ago. Want to make some Otto von Bismarck jokes while you're at it? He was a crazy eye. But you know, the thing that really pisses me off the most about when people keep referencing the river catching fire, the entire city of Chicago burnt to the ground. The whole fucking thing just burned to the ground, just burned down. And you don't hear people like, that place is real hot because it caught fire, Or like, you don't hear them like, well, I've never been there before, but I'm sure it sucks because the whole place burnt down, No, you hear about Chicago, and people are like, hot dogs, or like, the Bears, or Oprah. And like, so that makes me think like that's what Cleveland's doing wrong. Like maybe we needed Oprah. Like maybe we need to like nominate candidates for Oprah. Have like a Democratic nominee for Oprah on the ballot. Like Dennis Kucinich will just show up in like a wig and a dress, looking like Big Mama. All right, that's all I got. Thank you guys.